Give me a few minutes and I'll explain to you a concept that has held my gains back for years. Not weeks, not months, years. This has held my gains back for years. Once you understand this concept, you yourself will save years on your lifting journey. I have been working out for over 4 years. If I knew this concept back when I started, I would be much bigger. I would have much more muscle. And I know you really want a lot more muscle. So making this mistake is a very costly mistake. This is quite possibly the biggest mistake I have made in regards to bodybuilding. I have made a lot of mistakes, but I think this is probably the biggest one. Most of my audience are either Indians or of South Asian descent. This video is directed towards Indians and South Asians, but if you are not either of those, don't worry, this still applies to you. It still applies to everyone. So what am I talking about? Here's the big reveal. You have to stop aimlessly eating whatever your mom makes. Now, I'm not telling you to be ungrateful. I'm not telling you to be a twat. Just, you have to stop aimlessly eating whatever your mom makes. As Indians, our mom make us fresh food every day. They work very hard throughout the whole day and still have the energy to make fresh food for idiots like us. Please be grateful for that fact. This is not a video to tell you to just ditch your mom's cooking and ditch her. Please don't do that. Love your mother. She's still making you food. She's still willing to make you food every day. You have to really be grateful for that fact. But there's a line, there's a thin line, and you have to find it. I think as bodybuilders, we have to give up her cooking at some points. So whenever I started lifting, I had no idea about this. I barely changed my diet when I started lifting. I knew the concept of me needing to eat more protein, but other than that, I really didn't do anything. I would look out for more protein. So if I was at like a restaurant, I'd be looking, oh, what has more protein? What has more protein on the menu? Oh, what has more beans? Or what has more like, I don't know. But I didn't change my diet more than that. I would eat protein. I would drink protein powder and eat more protein-based meals. But I didn't do much beyond that. I would kind of just wait for the opportunity for a protein meal to fall into my lap. I think that's why I bulked so slowly in my first 3 years of lifting. It's because I barely changed my diet. I didn't know what I was doing. So I made a lot of gains in those 3 years, but I could have made a lot more gains. I have made the most gains in this past year since January. And since January, I actually moved out of my house. I went to an internship to work full time, and I was not in my home anymore. I had to go away. I had to get an apartment. And because of that, I had to make my own food. I made my own food every day for lunch, and it was just boiled eggs. I ate eggs every single day. And my mom did not like that fact, but I was eating eggs because I knew this is healthy. It's really good, a lot of protein, and it's gonna keep me going. It's gonna get me more gains. And that's exactly what happened. I think that is why I have made so much gains in this year alone. It's because of those protein meals that I was intentionally starting to eat. I love my mom, but her day-to-day cooking is not what my body needs. My body needs protein. We are bodybuilders. Our body need protein. The regular Indian diet is not enough, especially since we are vegetarians. If you are non-veg, if you eat non-veg, you likely still will benefit from this advice. Yes, you do eat more protein than us, but I don't really know what a non-veg Indian eats day to day, but I don't assume it's chicken every day or lamb or whatever you guys eat. I don't assume that you eat that every day. You probably still eat some of the same meals I do. And some of those meals that you eat, you're gonna have to cut out. So why is eating what your mom makes so bad? You probably already kind of intuitively know. The first reason is you're not getting like any protein in. Like you're not like it's barely any protein. If you're not trying to get protein in as a vegetarian Indian, you're not going to get it in. You're just not going to get it in. And not getting enough protein in directly negatively impacts your muscle gain. You don't get enough protein, you're not going to build muscle. That's literally it. You don't get enough protein, you will not build muscle. Oh, but I'm building muscle even with eating whatever my mom makes. Yes, you're building muscle. You're still getting a little protein in, but it's not enough. It's really bad for us. The ratio from protein to carbs to calories is really bad in Indian food. It's really bad. It's like proteins like this, carbs is like this, calories is like this. That's not what you want. Calories is fine if you're bulking, but protein and carbs, this is gonna bloat. This is gonna make you bloated. Carbs are good for energy, but too much carbs is really bad. I know you've seen those Indian uncles at events, the ones with like big, big pot bellies and it's like super skinny arms. Why do they have that? Why do all those uncles have that? It's because they eat roti every day. They eat so many carbs and none of them work out. Like none of them work out. That's another big reason. But they eat so many carbs and little protein. That belly is from the Indian diet. Even though our parents claim it's very healthy, yeah, it's healthier than like outside fast food, but it's still not healthy. It's not healthy enough. Understanding this information is really not that hard. Implementing this is the hard part. This is where you will have a lot of friction. You already know what to do. You already understand the information. The next thing to do is tell your mom. Tell your mom that you don't want to eat that food anymore. You don't want to eat sabzi roti every day. Why? If she's going to ask you why, but just tell her it's not healthy. Literally give her the science. Tell her the science. There's a really good chance she's not going to be receptive to this. She's going to listen to you and be like, oh, my son is so crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. All of our moms did that. All of our moms were going to do that. My mom did that for a very long time. It took me a long, long time to convince my mom that I'm just not going to eat certain foods that she makes anymore because it does not fit in my diet. I want to bodybuild, I have to eat like a bodybuilder. You want to bodybuild, you're going to have to eat like a bodybuilder. You're going to have to give up these certain foods. So you're going to have to tell her that. Tell her that, hey, I'm just not going to eat that. She makes you a big plate of like dal bhat. Yeah, there's some protein in there from the dal, but there's a lot of rice, a lot of carbs. Just tell her, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. What's she gonna do? Hit you? Yeah, probably. She's probably gonna hit you. But just be like, yeah, I'm not eating that. She's probably gonna hit you, yell at you, scream at you, scold you, lecture you. She's like, I'm not eating that. Go eat something else. Go eat something else, man. Just go eat something else. If it doesn't fit in your diet, just don't eat it. I don't understand the point of eating food that doesn't fit in your diet. One of the ways that I convinced my mom to finally like accept that I'm not eating certain foods, I went on the internet, on YouTube, and just found some Indian doctors saying that too many carbs is bad and you need protein. I don't know why, but like our families really, really respect doctors. They look at doctors and they think this guy is like some sort of god. He knows everything about health, which I mean, I guess I kind of understand. They have been studying health for a long, long time, but they look at them like they're super, super knowledgeable and they'll only listen to what they say. If I tell them the exact same thing, bar for bar, they won't listen to me. But if a Indian doctor says it, the key part is Indian doctor. It can't be just a white doctor. It has to be an Indian doctor or a brown doctor or wherever from South Asia you are, a doctor from that region. It can't be just some white guy. If it's some white guy, they're just being like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. America trains stupid doctors. They don't know what they're talking about. Only India has the best doctors. So it has to be an Indian doctor. If it's not, they're just not going to listen to it. Find a video of an Indian doctor saying that carbs are bad, protein is good. There's a good chance that'll tip the scale in your favor. They might finally start listening to you just because of that fact alone, right? After that, you consistently say what the doctor said. You write it down on a piece of paper and read it off to them right in front of them, like, yeah, I wrote this, the doctor said, I'm telling you again. And just keep reading that over and over to them, and they'll eventually listen to you. Your mom will eventually understand, yeah, maybe my son is telling the truth. Oh, my mom is different, she will never do this. Dude, just try explaining to your mom this. If you don't try, you will never know. And after all of this, if she isn't having, she's just like, nope, you're wrong, those doctors are wrong, I'm not listening to you, you're gonna eat my food. You gotta just let go, man. Not let go of your mom, that's not what I mean, but like, you gotta just not eat that food. Literally just be like, if you make that food, I'm not eating it. We're at an age where she can't force feed us anymore. We could literally be like, yeah, I'm just not eating it. Just go make your own food. Literally just go make your own food. You're just gonna have to do it. You need protein, bro. You need to eat properly. Without proper nutrition, you're just not gonna make any gains. You will waste years off of your journey. So you're gonna have to do it yourself. So what I did when I was away for my internship, I said earlier, I was eating eggs every day. I boiled eggs and ate them every day. And that gave me a lot of gains. I had no idea what to make, so I just made boiled eggs. Mostly because I have no idea how to cook. And I know how to cook omelets and stuff, but like, boiling eggs is just so easy. So I just took that to work every day. And I got a lot of gains from that. So you're gonna have to do something similar. You're gonna have to make your own food. Even if that means you make it in front of her. There's a chance she might, like, if your mom is really, really mom-like, she's probably gonna get super angry at you. She's probably gonna like put away the kitchen utensils, be like, no, you're not making food, you're eating that food right down the table. You just gotta not eat it, man. You gotta find your own way. Go to a friend's house, cook something over there. I'm sure he won't mind. You can still eat your mom's cooking. It just has to be the more protein dense foods like chole chana, lentils, and stuff like that. You cut back on things like rice and roti and sabzi. That stuff is just like almost purely carbs. Sabzi has fiber in it, so sabzi is a little healthy. So I wouldn't cut that completely out, but cut back on rice. Like, cut back on rice a lot. You really don't need those carbs. You probably don't need those carbs. You're probably getting your carbs from other sources anyways, so it's fine. Cut back on the rotis. Again, you don't need those carbs. You're probably getting those carbs from other sources anyways. And you still have protein shakes. You can still consume protein shakes. Obviously, don't go overboard on protein shakes. They are a supplement, they're not supposed to be your main source of protein. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are, who consumes protein shakes as their main source of protein. Don't do that. They are supplements to protein intake. They're supposed to be a whole supplement. It literally says supplement facts on the back of it. It doesn't say nutrition facts. It says supplement facts, I think. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure mine says supplement facts. So use it as a supplement. Don't use it as a crutch to get your protein powder in. I would maximize maybe like 2 shakes a day. Anything more than that, that's too much, man. Get it through food, not protein shakes. But you still have protein shakes. Use them. Yeah, it's still a really good way to get protein in. Listen, man, you're not going to get big off of sabzi roti. You're going to need to make some sacrifices. This is going to be your biggest sacrifice. Or this is going to be one of your biggest sacrifices. You're going to need to do something. Otherwise, you will not make progress like the way you want to make progress. You know what to do. Get up and get after it.